2 weeks ago in the regional finals. So see if Dignitas can get some payback here today.
And there we go. Game 1 underway. Dignitas, Team Queso, a matchup where you really don't know what to expect already. I guess we can expect Dignitas to pick up where they left off last regional. A huge goal to start things out for them.
Wow, what a touch from apparently Jack. And that was a shot, obviously. Rise made the save. Jorius there to crash the net. And that's what's so important for a lot of these teams when you have the offense and the skill to read the defense, even on a quality save coming up from Rise, because that was a good shot from apparently Jack. When Rise has to stretch out, he'll make the play happen now as Joyo tries to return the favor. And again, Queso showing them crashing the net. It's just Vatira now in the back, make the save on the goal lines. Apparently Jack trying to follow up for Dignitas, not going to happen.
Scrub trying to drop that down. Jorius. Oh, that pinch back will go out to Scrub Killer. Scrub trying to dribble it, but shut down. Rise. Now Jorius finding apparently Jack, who was hanging on the wall, but apparently Jack couldn't get over. Joyo, the 50 down. Vatira clearing things up, and it's a tie ball game, Corelli.
Yeah, and you're kind of wondering where was Dignitas here. The challenge from Scrub Killer was there, but Jorius just couldn't read the ball fast enough coming off the ceiling. Vatira there, nobody else in net from Dignitas to make a save. We're tied up here as Queso able to put their first away.
And Team Queso really shocking everybody with their regional win last event. I mean, you hear so many people, so many of the talking heads in Rocket League talk about the depth of EU. And I think Team Queso really materialized that conversation with their performance last regional.
And I think a lot of Queso fans are sitting here saying, I told you so, with the way they've performed in Swiss in the previous split. They're always knocked out by some of the top teams, or the top team in Europe. They could never put it together to take down those big dogs, and it always stopped their run short. This time, though, coming into this winter split, they have proved that they can finally take down these top teams. And it has certainly paid off and really just propelled them into the upper echelon of the European perspective, right? I mean, all of a sudden now, everyone's saying, oh yeah, easily, Queso, top 4, top 3 in Europe, and for good reason. They have put on a show.
And it has not been an easy journey so far, having to match up against BDS and now Dignitas. Another chance to add to their story. It would be a big win again for Queso. They would be playing Misfits down in the lower semis. They get through. Rebound out in front of net. Vatira clearing that out. You can see the pressure from Dignitas, and now some space for Rise. We'll take it to a dribble. The flick over Scrub. Apparently Jack trying to control it. It got tipped from Joyo and set it up the bump, and that will clear the path. Jorius, he saw the way it would play out. He was like, all I need to do is get this bump. We'll be good.
And you don't need the ball. You just need the player. And he bumps Vatira out of the way. And you're right. That's so smart from Jorius. And, you know, that's not going to show up in the stat line. But, I mean, he earned that goal. He got the goal there for Dignitas to punch Vatira out of the way. High IQ play coming out from Jorius.
Yeah, it literally doesn't. You get nothing for that. No stats at all. But we saw it there. Critical play. And also, it was a crazy touch from Joyo. That was an awkward play all around. But Dignitas going to be the beneficiaries of that one.
And that's what, hold on, Scrub might have a shot here. Joyo make a save on the goal line, but that's what makes Dignitas so special, right? Is that they can really read the game in a different way that I think a lot of other teams don't. And a lot of it is positioning. Earlier, I heard Johnny Boy talking about Dignitas. He's absolutely right, is that the challenge game coming out for them is because of the way they position themselves. And a lot of people credit that to their ones prowess, of course. But I think when they bring that into threes, they do a great job of putting themselves in the best possible position to make the best possible play, whether that's offense or defense.
Certainly right. Their vision seems to be so good. The fact that they can stay upfield, stay in position, receive the passes, play such a quick rotating game without double committing and giving up. And now we're seeing so many demos. That's a wide open net. And we've been seeing a lot of explosions this game, Corelli, and apparently Jack think he's been getting most of the demos.
Yeah, Rise and Joyo going for the same ball there. Rise touch gets away from him. Joyo wanted to bail him out, but he was nowhere near to getting the touch. And the last man being demoed for Queso means open net for Dignitas. 3 goals, one apiece for each player on the Dignitas side. So they got to play a little bit of defense now. Queso got a minute to make a difference here in game 1.
Joyo, and apparently Jack with even more demos. Perhaps taking a look at the film from the last time they played Queso, making some adjustments.
I think Dignitas really have made adjustments from their last series too. When you talk about how they've played against Luminosity, defensively, they weren't very strong. This time around, you can see they're really prioritizing that position and get back on defense. And it's been tough now for Queso to break through.
And it seems also prioritizing that physical game. So many demos, whether defensively or offensively, and it has been working out so far. Final 30 seconds. Now a chance.
Wow.
Jorius will block it off to the side. Rise had a look on net. Dignitas, they're on their back tires, but time is ticking away. They have to get one here, Team Queso. They hope to get it back. A bump attempt, but still the touch came through, the clear as well. And that will melt off the final moments. Dignitas, a physical game. We saw bumps, we saw demos, and we saw many goals here for Dignitas. A 3-1 win. They had some space, and they closed this one out.
And I think Dignitas could be pretty happy about the way game 1 went. Looking at Twitter when they beat Luminosity, apparently Jack was saying, my teammates are great. And, I don't think he felt like he performed at his best here, but I think this was a great full team effort here in game 1 to get yourself started on the right foot and to get a best of 7 against the team that beat you pretty handedly 2 weeks ago. So for Dignitas, I think everything's looking up for them right now. I think really we got to shift our focus over to Queso. And you mentioned it multiple times, James, and you're absolutely right. That physical game is ripping apart their defense right now.
Yeah, and you wonder what kind of adjustments will come out. Typically, if you do see one team rely heavily on demos, it doesn't seem to be able to last the whole series, unless, you think about old school Virtuoso being able to control a series with his demos. But we'll see how Team Queso reacts to this. They did have a few moments, a few opportunities that were shut down quite nicely. You even think about that Jorius block in the final moments, the bounce off the backboard. Rise had a look, Jorius shut down the angle. Really quick decision-making from Dignitas to get out there, clog those lanes. And they're looking pretty good against Team Queso. That first game, certainly controlling the tempo, controlling the momentum, and we didn't see that many opportunities for Team Queso.
Yeah, the control of the game, I think, is really important. When you talk about Queso putting up 9 shots per game, 9.5 shots per game, I think they were held to 5, maybe 6. They got one more at the end there, but holding them under their average, I think, is really important for a team that I think really rides the momentum of their offense. They did not really get to show off any of that offense here. Queso did.
Joy, a nice second effort. Scrub, the pinch out. Vatira going low. Jorius are there to help out. Joy to Vatira and Scrub. Blocking that angle out, and the bump on Rise. Rise trying to keep the attack going, and it still does, but you saw that bump attempt. Now the flick from Jorius. Quickly getting rid of that ball. 50 from Vatira, but he's out of boost.
Still looking for possession. Queso. It's been tough for them to hold on to the ball, and again, positioning. It's credit to the positioning of Dignitas. There's a good touch from Scrub to keep it awkward.
And you saw apparently Jack, he'll turn around and slot this one upper 90. And I said his name earlier, Curly, because you saw him harassing Rise. Comes out of Team Queso's net, turns around, and is able to punch that in.
And I really like what Jorius did there. Went up after the ball, didn't really get a huge touch on it. Or touch at all, and froze the defense. He was the first man to the ball. Nobody on the defensive side of Queso could really get to it. And by him just jumping at the ball, not making contact, made Queso not jump after it and just opened up that space for the ball to drop down for Dignitas.
I was going to say he was making content. All of Dignitas making content there with that goal. But that is another situation where it was excellent vision by Dignitas when he recognized that both defenders were grounded. Oh, and a save on the goal line from Scrub Killa.
That one went
Now
right
on the
over.
counterattack, the dribble, pop up, Scrub lets it go. The fake, the shot will be blocked. 2 go for Team Queso. Jory is looking for the solo play, but the angle blocked out by Joyo. And that's another fake. Dignitas so bold on these plays, but it's the right decision to make. If you can freeze the defense and you know you have the space, let that player who has a better angle take the shot.
Demos are left and right here for Dignitas right now, as they have been all over the Queso players. Just literally on top of the players, bumping and demoing them around. We mentioned it multiple times, but Dignitas there at 2-3 in a row of just taking away Queso players, and they're just constantly playing numbers down.
Now it's back in Team Queso's half. Team Queso spending a lot of time on defense so far in this matchup. Apparently Jack going for the pinch, didn't have enough boost to get there. That'll give space to Joyo. The air dribble across, trying to get the pinch pass out. Now off the corner, Vatira's shot, that will be blocked by Scrub Killa.
Good work though defensively for Dignitas. You do not want Queso to ramp up shot after shot. Here's a dunk attempt. Scrub, apparently Jack will put it away on the follow-up, but what a dunk coming out from Scrub Killa.
You see Scrub getting that light touch, getting some separation, making his car big, trying to get the 50, and I thought it was not enough of a window for apparently Jack. You see Joyo streaking in, you saw Vatira had to get by 2 of them, and they both went too far to the near post, and apparently Jack, on a tough angle, able to clear it out, but so much of that, Corelli, that was due to the brilliant 50 setup from Scrub Killa.
Yeah. Great work to turn himself around and just use the full width of that Octane, getting behind that ball, the full body, to make sure that one was, at the very worst, going out to the corner, if not just dying on the goal line there. And he knows his teammates, like we've been talking about, will crash that net. That's certainly what apparently Jack was there to do. Now, Queso finding themselves down 2 goals and not a lot of possession, not a lot of chances downfield. They put up 4 shots, but none of them very memorable. This one's going to skate downfield for Vatira, but easily saved away by Scrub.
Dignitas trying to work their way out. Vatira, airborne, flip, reset. Pass out to Rise. Rise going to the backboard.
Oh,
Gets
Rise!
the double. Rise, a lovely goal to bring Team Queso within 1.
And boy, did they need that, James. Something to ignite this offense. They've been shut down, shot after shot. Dignitas have been in their faces, but Rise is able to get up and get that second touch, and Queso back into it.
You see him even tornadoes spinning to get that perfect touch off his hood, to get it off the backboard, while allowing him to boost and slow down his momentum to get that read. Now, a rebound out. Apparently, Jack streaks in front of Vatira and denies that chance.
Rise gets bumped here. Joris is going to take the shot, Joyo, to turn it away. Again, physical play coming out and making it slow, or slowing down Queso so that they can't make anything happen. Now, Vatira, he snipes the top right side. It still goes in. Jorius couldn't get a touch, and we're tied up.
And you saw Jorius wanted to pinch this out, goes off the ceiling.
Oh my goodness.
And you see misreading it by a few inches. The chance to save it was there, but it certainly was an awkward ball. Ended up hitting it into his own net. In a tie game, Team Queso, it looked like they were down and out, but they battled back in these final moments.
Like I said earlier, it feels like Queso really do ride their own momentum. And right now, definitely in their favor. 13 seconds left. Dignitas, though, could steal this one away. Here's apparently Jack going for back post. Didn't get enough power. And now Vatira, he might have the last laugh. Looking for a second touch. He'll put it down away. It's Rise to take the lead with 3 seconds left.
And you saw the awkward positioning. Jorius turning in instead of getting back to net. Realized the mistake too late. And Rise punishes Team Queso 3 goals after going down to climb back in the final seconds to take the lead.
The offense coming alive here for Queso, and that one might just drop. Jorius has opportunities to make amends. This one going towards net. Scrub Killa's there. He keeps it up, but it's turned away by Rise. The last second heroics still maybe alive here for Dignitas. Hold on a second. Apparently, Jack, he can't get under it, and Queso will steal away the game.
And I was going to say, on that kickoff, they didn't even need to play that ball. Team Queso could have just let it roll up the wall and then pushed it down to the ground. It was so risky to play that ball. A chance for Dignitas that came close, but in the end, Team Queso able to close it down. What a game from Team Queso. Some big moments as we take a look at the highlights from this game, and certainly we will see the double tap. Surely we would see it. You saw that pinch attempt by Jorius. That final play, I guess we won't see it. Unfortunate, but that play, Corelli, the flip reset into the double tap, that was a spark for the Team Queso squad.
Yes, absolutely. Again, I've mentioned it multiple times now. They need those types of plays to really get them going. The second that they did it, bang, 2 more goals go in for them, and they looked incredibly good. And they caught Dignitas on the counterattack, on the transition multiple times. And that's just that go, go, go mentality that Queso has that pays off for them, especially against top teams. The speed at which they can conduct these plays is what makes them special. It's why they're able to put on so many shots and have such a powerful offense.
And that offense on display. Team Queso riding that momentum. Like you said, Corelli, they conjured it out of nowhere. Final moments, they were able to make the plays. Team Queso showing that they are the real deal. They are legit, and they're a contender here in Europe.
Yeah, especially in a game. Look at this fake from Joris. Oh my gosh, he got everyone too. Here comes apparently Jack. Can he put it away? Joyo makes the save. My goodness. Joris, that's a few times. The mind games behind the ball. Whether he touches it or not, he gets a lot of respect. And the defense is, they got to be on their toes because you never know what Joris is going to do.
We've seen a lot of that now from Dignitas, the fakes. Bold fakes as well, that one included.
Yeah. That one was the biggest bluff we've seen. And now apparently Jack, he's got some space free here. Vatira's got to make a save off the backboard. Here comes Joris and Scrubkilla, both going, and nobody having a quality shot. It was turned away by Joyo. Still Dignitas getting back. Scrub, that's a big mistouch. All of Queso were not there to challenge, and now they've somehow made it downfield as Dignitas, struggling to stay with the play, finally are able to get into their own corner and slow things down.
That almost looked like the flick was from both the cars.
Yeah.
From Team Queso. And that play from Scrub, I don't think that was a fake because there was no one behind him. A straight up miss. I think it's safe to say. And a miss from Scrub again. That will bounce out. Rise. Looking for a teammate. Vatira looking for help. Finds it with Rise. Jorius, 50 ball. Apparently Jack, first touch control into a dribble. Went for the bump on Rise, but Rise was savvy, able to defend, or able to drive his way around it. Whew.
What a shot. Apparently Jack, yeah, Jorius down there to bump the last man. Here comes Scrub now, looking for space above the box. Is shut down by Rise. Good challenge here for Queso. Still trying to find some offensive control here for Queso, as it's been all Dignitas in the midfield. Queso really hasn't been able to hold on to the ball. Maybe opportunities here. This is a good touch here from Joyo to at least keep possession and make it threatening, as Scrub will shut him down again in the midfield.
And smart from Scrub, getting up high, shutting down that air dribble. Now apparently Jack with the demo will save it off his own backboard, but it's a rebound. Double chance from Joyo and a save from apparently Jack, who jumped early and read where that shot would be coming in. Well defended. Rise up, Joyo bailing out. Saw Scrubkilla already up for it. Apparently Jack with Jorius in the middle will go for him. Long shot. Vatira had the angle covered anyway. And we'll side flip around Scrub. Ball pinching back to Jorius. Jorius booming it down the middle. Rise with the stop back in Dignitas territory, and a shot. Dangerous demo from Vatira on Scrub. Vatira looking for another bump on his way out.
Joyo wanted more on that one as well, and that's a great touch from Scrub, but it came right back out to Rise. You can see the quick challenges coming up from Dignitas on the defensive side, just making sure that Queso doesn't get the setup that they want. That's a big miss. Joyous there to clear it up, and clear it out for Dignitas. Still scoreless here with 1:20 left to play.
It's getting tense. The matchup tough for both teams. Such speed from Dignitas. We saw aggression early, and now we're seeing Dignitas being kept in theirs half. It seems like they've been struggling for possession despite the 0-0 scoreline. There's a demo from apparently Jack, who has been physical for Dig. Nice extra touch there from Joyo. Apparently Jack on the catch. Pushing it downfield. Rise. Beat by Scrub. Scrub going for the read. He fakes it. Jorius is denied by Vatira. Another fake from Dignitas. I thought it was going to be enough, Corelli, but that save, that keeps this scoreline even.
Oh, here they come again. Jorius looking for the back wall to go from Queso. A lot of misdirection coming out from Dignitas in this series, and I think Queso giving them a lot of respect. Apparently Jack only wanted a teammate downfield. Scrub has to make it on the challenge. Apparently Jack went for bumps to the net and almost came out with a player. Here's Jorius. He's got boost to get back to this as it's cleared away by Vatira. That's really all Queso have been able to put up right now. It's just long clears downfield because it's been all Dignitas. In the last minute here, Vatira won't be able to keep that up. A 0-0 overtime in game 3.
And what a save from Vatira. Being able to get in front of that fake opportunity, that hard shot from Jorius, saving it out to the side. Now Jorius going for the read. Does he have it? Yes, he does. Jorius, 14 seconds into overtime, will end it. And a tight game will end quickly into overtime, Corelli.
Man, this guy is something special. You saw what he did at the major. You're seeing what he's doing today. He has kept Dignitas in a lot of tough games, I should say, the past 2 series that we've seen today. And another clutch come up for him here for Dignitas to win out this game that has just been back and forth.
It certainly has. I mean, I was gearing up for another 8-minute overtime, personally.
Me too. With all the overtimes we've seen today, I've been prepped and ready for 8-9 minutes of overtime.
And so that was a massive win from Dignitas. And this series, pretty interesting from a few different standpoints. One, I don't think I've seen this many fakes by a team in a series in quite some time. And we are only 3 games in, Corelli.
Yeah, and a lot of it is coming from Jorius. It's really, really smart from him to use his positioning behind the ball as a threat, whether he hits it or not, right? Apparently Jack did it as well. Scrub Killer did it. I mean, all of them did it as well. So it's really throwing off the Queso defense where they're kind of freezing. We've talked about that a few times, right? Where players on the back wall don't know if he's going to use that flip reset. And so he and the ball just float down to the ground, and Dignitas are there to crash the net. It's worked so well for them multiple times here.
And we're seeing, apparently, Jack operating that bruiser role. We've seen him multiple times getting demos, getting bumps. We saw the one play where he was harassing Rise and Net, ended up pulling a Yui and scoring that goal top corner. And this Dignitas team, learning from their losses, it seems, from Team Queso, who's had their number recently. Now another demo, the pass over, the shot. Scrub Killa was trying to bully that final player back, couldn't do it, but you're seeing the confidence from Dig to work as a unit, to incorporate that physical play. It's being, it's making it tough for Team Queso.
Yeah, Dignitas are really making Queso think, right? It's the misdirection, the fakes that Dignitas are putting out, but also the demos and the bullying that you're seeing. So you have to pay attention to the guy on the ball who might fake you, but also the guy that you can't see that might chase you down and blow you up.
Rise. Challenged by Jorius. Second touch will set things down for apparently Jack. Joyo quick to the ball. Now the tip off the backboard. Apparently Jack doesn't want to take any chances. And now Jorius downfield bounces to Joyo. Joyo around 1. Scrub with the 50. Rise racing apparently Jack, and it looks like might have skipped off Rise off to the corner. Double commit from Dig. Joyo wants to get this ball downfield quickly if possible. Low on boost, though. That's going to make things difficult. Taking it airborne. Vatira against Jack. Pinched out to the side. Space for Queso to work with. Backboard attempt. Jorius getting bumped, but still able to get that ball out to the corner. Panicky play coming from Dignitas as they try to get their feet under them.
It's good work, though, from Vatira here. Play this one back to Joyo. Let this man cook. He's been working against this Dignitas defense as he tried to take that one to the back wall. Vatira, who normally gets a lot of touches on the ball here for Queso today, has been very, very quiet. A couple of good plays, don't get me wrong. He's not playing poor, but definitely not getting the same amount of touches that he normally does. Joyo has really been that player, it feels like, for Queso today, at least against Dignitas. Oh no, that's a huge miss. Hold on a second. Joris has an open net basically to shoot on. Rise was there, but the positioning, he was not expecting his teammate to make this whip.
Yeah.
Vatira not connecting.
And that's brutal. And the shot, it was above Rise's head, perfectly crossbar down. Jorius, that is what you expect him to do in that situation. But like you said, Krill, you're not really expecting a miss like that.
No.
Team Queso's woes, they continue. And even in the one game they won, it was tight. It took a final second comeback or final minute comeback.
Right.
And it was some spectacular offensive plays, but since then it's been quiet for Team Queso.
I think it does come down to possession, especially when you talk about on the final third for Queso. Here's a good opportunity though. They just have not been able to get out clean. The setup is there, the touches are fine, but Dignitas, it's the challenge game from them that's really spoiling the chances for Queso. They're having to start these air dribbles from well behind the halfway point because, you know, Dignitas are there so fast, and it's going to work out here for Joyo as he's able to tie it up.
And that was a nice play on the air dribble. You see apparently Jack wanting to get it out to the corner. The bounce down leads to a rebound. And good pressure from Team Queso trying to stabilize. They lost that last game in overtime quickly. It's been low scoring. They were shut out last game, finally getting on the board. The drought is over. Now they're trying to make it rain even more. Dorius back up off the ceiling. Apparently Jack jumping in on the play. Seen a few double commits from Dignitas.
That was a good idea there from Queso. Joyo couldn't get after it, but he's still on it. Flip reset, inbound, still gets over to Vatira. This is going to be something special if they can put it away, and they can't. And now the counterattack's on Dignitas, and they got it.
Wow.
And they take the lead.
And you were holding your breath for a moment because you thought Joyo, after getting bumped on the wall, was going to do something spectacular, and then Dig with the quick counterattack. Too much of a commitment. You know, it was tunnel vision a bit, perhaps. You saw the unorthodox play, Joyo trying to make something out of nothing, and then
it was good.
The overextension. It was a good play.
Yeah.
And the shot opportunity was there, but a bit of an all-in moment there for Team Queso that didn't pan out.
Yeah, I mean, it was panning out for Queso. You know, like you said, when Joyo got bumped and he still made it work, came out to the right player and everything, but Dignitas really turned that one on its head and immediately countered. And within seconds, Queso go from a scoring opportunity to being scored on.
Joyo, though, with a massive 50 win. Jory is trying to catch it on the dribble. Low boost. And he gets the demo on Joyo. That's huge to slow down this attack. Vatira will sail it. Abjack picking up small boost. And it's enough, but he's out. Rise to the middle. Jory is popping it up.
Joyo's getting bumped around as that third man. Another miss coming out from Vatira. Luckily, Joyo's there to clean it up, and he's got boost to work with. Off the ceiling, he'll go. Looking for a chance downfield, but Jorius to shut that down. 10 seconds left now. Another pass over to Vatira. Back to Rise. Rise with the fake. He'll put it away. 5 seconds left, and Queso tie it up.
Oh, the play was beautiful. Vatira back to Rise, and that little hesitation had apparently Jack hook, line, and sinker.
Wow. Well, we've been talking about the fakes from Dignitas. We should have been talking about them from Team Queso. Rise, that's a great way to buy space on that near post and have an easier shot on target. And now Rise, can he do it himself? Why not? Flip reset. Vatira's there. Can he get the flick on? It was keep it up. Oh, it almost went in for Vatira as we go to overtime.
Oh, that 0-second rule. That will put you on the edge of your seat now while rebounding out in front of net. Another overtime. Last one ended 14 seconds in. We break that mark. Joyo, the shot and the side flip. What? We didn't break that mark by many seconds. 17 is all it took. The flip reset pass.
Wow.
You see, even apparently Jack the Sparks, he was trying to demo Joyo.
Yeah. How did he not get that demo? Joyo scraping out with that one, and then a great play. Man, Joyo has been a joy to watch here for Queso and has been dangerous almost every single time he's been on the ball. You get that man on the ball downfield, and he makes something work. Whether he's getting bumped in midair, he'll still get the flip reset and drop it off to his teammate. That time he's got players right behind him chasing and a man to beat in the net. He'll get the job done in the overtime win.
Wow, that was a wild game. And this game, the fact that Team Queso won it is something else. We saw some pretty uncharacteristic misses from Vatira. He had the one in the corner that led to the goal, even one when they were trying to press up field. He was on the sidewall and missed there, which slowed down the Team Queso counterattack. And for them to win it, and especially for that last play for Vatira to be a part of that give and go, and then the fake from Rise, that was so important, I think, for keeping Vatira in this mentally. Not because if Team Queso lose that game, Vatira probably going to take that one pretty hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there was a lot of challenges that Team Queso had here in this game, whether it was poor touches or just not really generating a lot of offense. Halfway through this game, though, I think they really got the momentum back in their favor, where they were able to finally, push something downfield. And again, I do think it's because of Joyo. He did a great job offensively to really, again, ignite that offense that Queso so desperately needs.
But you have to put some respect on Rise as well. The
absolutely.
Fake and even the flip reset to set up the chance. Now he's going for a demo on Joria's flip reset from Vatira, who's starting to heat up a beauty.
Love the communication on this one as well. Rise leaves the ball, chases after Joris, trusts Vatira in his mechanical skill to put this one on target, and boy did he with a flip reset off the crossbar. Queso on the board first.
To read that off the crossbar, you even saw boosting backwards a bit, making that slight adjustment, showing that intention to get the perfect read. Team Queso. The two games that they've won have been come from behind victories.
They come again. Back post. Oh, he stuck it by. Hit it in, boys. There you go. Queso are able to put it away. You thought maybe it was going in right off the rip. But again, they set up the bump. Look at this from Rise.
Yep, lead blocker Rise. And you see Jorius having to try to calculate, trying to fake out where he's going. And Vatira putting it as far over towards the post as you can. See it bouncing almost out, but ultimately going in. Now Scrub trying to get one back, and he does quickly off kickoff.
Wow, Scrub with a lot of space to work with. Boost, of course, gets the fake on Joyo. He gets a piece of it. Look at the challenge from Scrub to keep it going, and then slots it top left with zero boost to the tank. That's how you get your team back into this game.
And from Scrub to play the 50, he was just expecting the hit, trying to read where the challenge would come in. Did so wonderfully. Scrub keeping hopes alive for Dignitas. Just a minute into this one, we have 3 goals. It was low scoring for a short stint there. Now the offense is starting to pick up some pace. The shot will be blocked. Apparently, Jack getting a block. And now Jorius against Vatira wins the 50. Pass over. The shot will be saved. Rebound up to Scrub. Bounce shot saved as well. Apparently, Jack weaving his way around the defense. Rebound will be put in by Jorius.
Wow, look at this effort from Dignitas. Everybody keeping possession. That's what's so important about this. Keeping the attack on, even if it's not an immediate shot. Passing to yourself off the back wall like apparently Jack did keeps the play alive and allows for another chance for your teammates to crash the net, as Jorius did there to put that one away. Great work from Dignitas to just keep it awkward for Queso.
100% right, Corelli. That keep away, just trying to keep it just out of reach, wait for your opportunity, have patience. We've seen Dignitas willing to make the patient play in this game. Low boost for Vatira. Jorius taps, playing more keep away. Will catch it against Vatira, and a save from Vatira, and a clear out.
That was one heck of a save coming out from Vatira. Now he has a chance to put one on target. He'll go high. Scrub's there to clear it. It's Queso trying to mount an attack here. Joyo, who's been dangerous, can't hold on to this one. And Dignitas Their challenge game, keeping them in this one right now, as another quality challenge comes out from Jack. Buys himself some space to the Queso side. Now Scrub looking for help. Rise will have to field it from his own corner.
Joyo against Jorius. It pinches back to the Queso corner. Rise down the gut. Vatira racing and will get this block right off Jorius's hood. Oh, and a miss. Rise leaving Joyo last back. Chance here for Dignitas. Apparently, Jack, light hit towards net.
Wow.
Vatira will dribble that
So
confidently out.
That is the definition of awareness there. And this one might actually pinch it, but oh, he can flick it on in, and they take the lead with the pinch downfield.
Oh my, the pinch all the way out to Vatira. Vatira says, oh, it's coming right at me. I'll take a shot at this one. Oh my, it was a perfectly placed shot as well. The power, 127 kilometers per hour.
Wow. And it takes a lot of skill to put that one away for Vatira. That one was coming at him quick. And that one's very easy to hit over the net. Now Rise with a flip reset, almost gets by the defense, as apparently Jack sweeps across the Dignitas net. But, I was talking about Vatira not getting time on the ball. Well, he has certainly done that here. 3 goals, 3 saves, 4 shots. Almost 700 score in this game. We still got a minute and a half left.
And the stylish flip reset, reading it off the crossbar to pound it in that play as well. Quality goals from Vatira, who we had highlighted for making a few missed touches, but now Dignitas with the passing play.
Look at him work in the trenches here. Apparently, Jack, look at this pass over to Joris, and it's so tough for a defense to read that, because once you get that close to the net, everyone thinks you're going to rip one on target, especially with the way that was set up. He could have really hit a rocket on net there, and instead drops it off to his teammates. Again, so smart from Dignitas to keep the defense on their toes.
And I mean, even from Team Queso's perspective, you're not expecting the extra pass to a player who's deep in the corner. That was a tight angle, but ultimately was the best call. Nice passing play from Dignitas. Now all tied up, under a minute left to go. Apparently Jack, and now the double commit. Jack all alone will bounce this downfield. The 50 pinched out to Joyo. Joyo will control it, taking it to the air. You saw the backflip flick, getting around it.
He's really feeling himself here in this series, and for good reason. Now another opportunity. Vatira can't get by the defense again. Dignitas scrambling to get this one out. Scrub gets faked by Rise. Joyo with 0 boost, can't get to the challenge. Jorius trying to find a way out. Only as far as Vatira. He's got Joyo over to his right. That's not enough power to get there. Scrub will push it downfield, and I'm surely Dignitas will let this one drop. A Game 5 overtime.
Multiple overtimes. They haven't lasted long, though, Corelli. Will this one be any different?
Only time will tell. Both teams have been incredibly deadly here in this game. 3 goals apiece. Vatira looking for space on the sideline. Can't get through, apparently, Jack and Jorius. Got 2 to go, but here comes Rise. Still looking for more space. Vatira, boost to work with. Off the ceiling, receives his own pass. Touch to the far side, he'll put it down! Queso with their 3rd win in the series.
Vatira making quick work of Dignitas in overtime. And I said he was heating up before. Now he is on fire. Vatira, that goal, so good. Going off the ceiling, he saw the defense giving him space, and we've seen that from Dignitas a few times now, where they're giving Team Queso so much space to work with in the midfield.
Yeah, we credit Dignitas on their positioning, and I also credit them on the quick challenges, but there are a lot of times now where Queso are finding very creative solo plays that are just crushing that Dignitas defense, and that last goal was a perfect example of that. Vatira passing to himself off the ceiling and putting this game away. Look at that at the replay again. Dignitas knew it was coming. They saw it, but there's just nothing he could do. It was perfectly executed by Vatira there.
And 4 goals for Vatira. A hat trick wasn't enough. Had to get an overtime winner to put a cherry on top of that game. And now Team Queso Yeah, starting out, it looked like Dignitas might have had the edge, especially after game one. Dignitas, so offensive, so aggressive with the demos, dictating the tempo, keeping a lot of the possession. But Team Queso, they've had that comeback potential. It seems like no matter how bad the front half of the game is going, or even a majority of the game is going, if you give them even an inch, they will take a mile.
It's certainly the case. And now Queso putting Dignitas on that match point, trying to beat them once again. They did it 2 weeks ago. They're in that position here against Dignitas today. And it has not been easy. Dignitas, they've been formidable, and Queso, they've really gone through it against this Dignitas squad. They've been bullied, they've been demoed, they've been faked, but they have stuck out this game and now in a winning position.
Vatira, a few defensive mistakes and a few fantastic defensive plays. I mean, you even think about some of the shots that came through that Vatira was able to block out, and then heating up offensively. Joyo has been brilliant all series long. Rise with that fake, the flip reset pass. Everyone from Team Queso contributing. There is not a weak link in this squad. And now Dignitas find themselves on the verge of elimination.
And what's fun about this series is I think both teams are playing really well here. Dignitas also having a lot of great plays downfield, those passing plays inside the box, throwing off that Queso defense. That's what makes the team so special, and it's certainly paid off. As we're a minute and a half in, still scoreless. Rise going to take this one away from the Dignitas offense, but maybe not for long. Vatira with a quality challenge. Can he get back to it? Put it on target. It's wide open, and Queso will take the lead.
Wide open indeed. Jorius getting 50'd by Vatira. Vatira quickly recovering and making the most of that opportunity. The player that dismantled Dignitas last game, proving to be a recurring nightmare for Dignitas in Game 6.
Dignitas' turn to answer. Their offense has not been there as of late. Oh, flip reset here from Rise. This one coming out to Joyo. This ball got poked away. Now Joris and Appjack just got Vatira to beat. Now Scrub also looking for space high above the Queso net. Nobody able to get a touch on this. Here's Appjack to the back wall, looking for a second touch. Joyo to shut it down. Dignitas fishing, and the pass is there, but now here comes Queso back the other way. Apparently Jack gonna get by Vatira and does so. Great save by Jack to get this one out.
And you see how dangerous it is to send the house, no matter which team you are. We've seen the counterattack potential out of Queso and Dignitas.
It moves quick. That transition's quick on both sides.
Half the game has come and gone. Team Queso in the lead. Dignitas, despite a strong start, have been waning. Team Queso, their momentum gaining game after game. Apparently Jack, another touch. Jorius pinches it around. Joyo, awkward ball, gets some help from Rise. Jorius to apparently Jack, tipping it off the backboard. Did he get the flip? He did, trying to pass it out. It's still loose. Scrub, not the best double off the corner, and will lose possession.
Ooh, Rise, that first touch a little heavy, but he's still making it work. Here comes Vatira to keep this one in the Dignitas corner, but Jorius doing a great job of getting to midfield. Now Scrub shut down by Joyo. Here comes Queso. Rise was called off by Vatira and forces a save out of Appjack. Here comes Rise now. Another touch looking for the back wall. Gets there. Follow-up from Vatira, trying to pop it over Jorius. And still able to make the challenge is Dignitas and salvage this defensive play to get out.
Jorius, weak hit. Joyo had to dodge the bump that Jorius was trying to make on him. Vatira, first touch control, flip reset.
Wow.
Off the backboard. Jorius with patience gets demoed from behind, and now Joyo in the race. Scrub Killer bumps him out of the way. It is a bloodbath out there as players are getting bumped and demoed left and right.
Every single player on Queso all got bumped or demoed all at the same time, it feels like. And now 40 seconds left. Queso looking to hold on. feeling some pressure here from Dig, and it looks like they're getting a little bit desperate, throwing some players up into the air. Queso just got to turn them away for 30 more seconds.
Vatira, 50. It's going to pop up. Counter shut down by Joyo. Scrub with the catch. Pass over to Jorius, and that lane is blocked by Rise. It bounces back to the middle, too. Go for Team Queso. Neither one gets a clean hit. Scrub, the double. It's loose. Still a chance for Dignitas. Apparently Jack the shot. Save from Rise. Vatira has nothing in net, but it's enough. He makes something of it. And a big boom. Vatira's got him. Putting it towards net. Zero boost stop, leading to that final chance. They didn't even need it. Unbelievable ending. Team Queso showing their resilience, Corelli, in this series.
Especially right at the end there. It was just Joyo in net, and he had no boost. He was running up the sidewall to get a better angle at the ball because that's how scared he was of the Dignitas offense. But Queso really hung on to this game in the final moments and put on some great offense earlier. And like I said, this team, they just need that spark. They just need that play. And they sprint downhill to the win. And they surely did here against Dignitas.
Dignitas, a team that you always expect to be near the finals. But their journey towards it has ended. Team Queso, they are the ones to put an end to it. They secure top 4 for themselves. They'll be playing Misfits. But Corelli, just this series, starting out, if you would have just paused things after game 1, I would have thought, Dignitas had a good shot. Game 2, I'm thinking still Dignitas is going to have this series, but the amount of determination that we saw from Team Queso in those final seconds to bring it back, that is a special trait that a team can have, especially when you're doing it against a team that is as talented as Dignitas.
Yeah. And with the struggles that they felt, I think early on too, like you said, I would have agreed if you said after game 1, I'd been like, you know what, I think Dignitas is going to pull this one back. They look good. But I think Queso did a really good job of really showing off their individual play with Joyo. Vatira really came online. I feel like once he started to get touches on the ball, it was just so much better from Queso. That's not to take away from what Rise and Joyo were doing, but Vatira really does feel like the heart of that team at times. And once he got on the ball, Queso looked a lot better. I can't believe that this was a lower quarterfinal. I mean, this is like we just saw this in the final, in the grand finals 2 weeks ago. Insane stuff. Dignitas going home today as Queso moves on, as you said, to play Misfits.
The quality undeniable from these rosters. And I mean, even just with Dignitas's play, we were seeing the next level fake gameplay. It seemed like they were overflowing with confidence and the aggressions, the bump plays from apparently Jack, but you saw the adjustments come out from Team Queso. They were taking it to the air, getting flip resets, getting bumps themselves. You saw the lead blocker play from Rise, but also the clutch factor. Dignitas having those moments where they could have closed it out, but that Rise fake off the pass from Vatira to score in the final seconds. Team Queso, they had the X factor today. They were clutch, and that was enough to put them through into the top 4. And to break down all the action that happened today, we're going to go back to the desk.
The last time they faced off again was in those finals, as they mentioned, and Dignitas, they're doing better. They only won 1 game last time. Now they won 2, so it's progress. Improvement, right? I was wondering though, Jorby, if that would be the another Dignitas run here. But we had 2 matches, so let's cover the other one first, and then we'll break this one down a little bit more here. But Misfits and Guild 2, we didn't get to talk about this.
My goodness,
Jorby, and I'm giving it to you because you were the only one that sided with them. So you get the space right now.
Hey, look, I picked Misfits, and I still thought there might have been a chance that Guild could come back in and make things happen. Misfits go up 3-0, and you're thinking, okay, Misfits, they got this one in the bag, and then Johnny in the green room is like, no, watch, Guild's going to win the next game, and then it's going to go to game 7. And I'm telling you, that's exactly what happened. He literally predicted the future there, and everyone was going crazy in the green room during this match. But Guild, they had so many different chances in game